The sweep and loft commands both seem to perform functions that are very similar to each other. So how do you decide between using a sweep and a loft? This video is not going to be an in-depth look into each command, but rather a summary of the major differences between the two commands. After this video, you should be able to make an informed decision as to which command to use in different situations. Let's take a look at these two examples in order to compare the two commands. On top, we have a simple sweep with a triangular cross-section. At the bottom, we have a loft between a triangle and a circle. Generally speaking, if you need a constant cross-section along a path, the sweep command will be more suitable. If you need a transition between different profiles, you should be using the loft command. Let's delete these two features and take a look at the sketches. The sweep command requires a profile and a path. Go to Create, Sweep. For type, we shall use single path. Select the triangle as a profile. For path, click on the select box and select the straight line. Take note that having a path is mandatory in the sweep command. In contrast, the loft command needs at least two profiles. These profiles can be different from each other, and having a path is not mandatory. Go to Create, Loft. Select the triangle and the circle. As you select these profiles in sequence, they get populated accordingly in the dialog box. The command would attempt to create as smooth of a transition as possible between the two profiles, even without the use of a path. In the loft command, we can have more than two profiles. For example, we can insert a square profile in the middle. In contrast, for the sweep command, only one profile can be used, no more, no less. A sweep is controlled mainly by adjusting the path. For example, we can replace a straight line with a spline. We can also control the orientation of the profile with respect to the path. In the case of lofts, the feature can be controlled by a center line, which acts similar to a path. Or rails, which govern the extent of the outer boundaries of the loft. In general, when your design needs a more complex outer boundary, you should consider the loft command. There is also the ability to add a rail in sweep, but in this case, it is used as a means of scaling the original profile. The results can be unpredictable and difficult to control. Another advantage of the loft command is the ability to use existing surfaces as guides. In this case, we have the same triangular and circular profiles, but crucially, they are connected to these faces in red. When we perform the loft, the command recognizes the existence of these faces and gives us options to take reference from them. The sweep command does not have this option. In a sweep command, you have the ability to control the extent of the extrusion as a proportion of the path. You can drag the arrow here, or adjust the proportion in the dialog box. In Loft, the extent is strictly controlled by the profiles. There is no option to stop in the middle between two profiles. The Sweep command also has the unique ability to introduce twist. This is especially useful in creating twisted wire harnesses. I have summarized the major differences here again. Both the Sweep and Loft commands have unique features. As a quick rule, the Sweep is generally used for building wire-like features with a constant cross-section. It has the ability to incorporate the use of rails to produce features with varying cross-section, but I would not recommend using that. When a varying cross-section is needed, the Loft command is preferred. You can think of the Loft command as a means of transitioning or bridging between faces of different shapes. In this video, I have focused on the Sweep and Loft commands in the Solid tab, but the same ideas should apply to both these commands under the Surface tab also.